Hey everyone, this is Dan Charles with Lite Forex. It is Wednesday, April 22nd. I'm going to break down the major Forex pairs, starting with Australian USD. Please subscribe to the channel to get more videos and go to the link in the description below this video. Okay, let's start with the Australian USD. Now, we had this little false breakout on the 17th. We had the breakout, we had the pullback, and then we were setting up to break out, and then we get this deny on the 20th, and then a big pullback on the 21st, and then a little rebound today. Now you can see the close yesterday was 62.80 and the open was 62.80, so that is going to be an important support price going forward. 62.80 right in there, right there. So this needs to break. It needs to break out. So let's see. Let's 60. You can just look at the 60-minute and you can see that trending higher. We got this support in right around here, 63.12. We hit some resistance at 63.52. So I want to see this break above, say, 63.40, and then of course take out this recent high of 63.52. But that's what really needs to happen for this to, because right now we're just kind of, we're a little bit choppy right now. We're a little bit sideways, but I do like the support. I think there definitely can be more upside just based on the weekly chart. Let's take a look at the Australian futures contract. Okay, so the Australian futures, we're holding this support nicely at 63, which is very important support. Yeah, you know, you got to be more bullish than anything by looking at this chart, but let's see if this can break out tomorrow, get above 63, 64. Let's move this up here, 64. So if this can break above 64, I think that would be the setup I'd want to see on the Australian USD. Let's take a look at the Euro USD. Now the Euro USD is definitely setting up bearish. It's been going very sideways, small ranges the last few days, and now it's setting up to drop. Now we still got this support at 108, and you can see the low today was exactly 108.03, so it did pull up on that price, so that has to be noted because it could still bounce off that 108 price, but the way it's setting up, it does look like it wants to be more bearish than anything. At this point, the weekly's saying the same thing. Let's take a look at the 240. It is a choppy market, though, on the euro. You can just see here this range. So we're in this sideways range. Definitely looks more bearish, though. But when something's choppy like this, it really needs to break one way. You can just see how we were moving nicely, flowing nicely, and now we're sideways. So traders always have to wait for the support or the resistance to break and then take your trades. But right now it definitely looks more bearish than bullish. But let's take a look at the Euro futures contract. Okay, Euro futures, yeah, it's definitely looking more bearish. We're putting in lower highs. Weekly's looking bearish. Yeah, so look for the euro to go lower. Pound USD. Okay, so pound USD was, you can see it was going very sideways in here. Broke down yesterday through this support at 1.24. Busted through that, and then we're getting this rebound today. You know, I like I liked the little rebound today, but it did put in resistance at 24, hitting a high today of 1.2386 and then dropping. So this does look more bearish than anything at this point. Now we are holding that support at 23. But this looks more bearish to me than anything. You can just look at the 240. So just like I just looked at on the 240 with the euro and we were going sideways, you can just see how this broke down at 2200 on 420 on April 20th, breaking down, and then that's where you would go short. That's where you would sell. Pulls back, and then we have a recovery, and now we're setting up. We're setting up to either break to the upside or break to the downside. So let's see if this can hold 2273. But it really looks more bearish than anything. Let's take a look at the British futures. Okay, the British futures look quite a bit different actually. You can really see that support holding at 23. Gapping up in red. That's always weird when you see that look. Yeah, this is a tough looking chart, that's for sure. You gotta love that it's holding support. The low is 2305. Well, I got to be more neutral now on the pound USD because this is gapped up and it's showing the support. This looks like it could bounce, whereas you look back at the pound and it just looks more long upper wick today. Looks more like there's more downside. So we're going to stay neutral on the pound USD. New Zealand USD. New Zealand USD is so yesterday quite bearish, and we're setting up bearish today. Now it came up and hit resistance at 0.60 today and down. So this is looking more bearish than anything. I'm going to be bearish on the New Zealand USD, but let's take a look at the futures contract. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely looking more bearish, but it is putting in higher lows. You can just see here. It is putting in higher lows. Lower highs though as well. But in theory, if this can break out, then I would be bullish. But right now, I'm still going to stick with being bearish on the New Zealand. Okay, USD CAD. Now the USD CAD is looking bullish, of course. It's looking bullish. Was looking bearish on the 17th, and then it had this reversal on the 20th and continued to the upside. Now you can see the lower high in today. We are still putting in resistance at that 42 price. So you can see here 42 right there. 42. It's having a tough time staying above 42, putting in that lower high as well. But you know, looking at this, it still looks more bullish, but I could change my mind by looking at the Canadian dollar here. So let's take a look at the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar was overextended yesterday, needed to get back up to the moving average, which it did, and now it's setting up to come down. It's setting up to come down. Let's take a look at the 60-minute. Now the 60, you can see we held, holding those lows. Resistance at 78.05. So if this can break above 78.05, then it'd be interesting. But as of right now, the Canadian dollar is setting up more to the downside. If you look at the 240, you can just see trending. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Is this going to be a lower high? Well, if it breaks out and breaks above 71, then it will not be, at least for the time being. But right now, it's potentially setting up to make a lower low. But we'll see if that happens or not. Yeah, the Canadian dollar does look more downside. Okay, lastly, the USD yen. USD yen is really just going sideways right now. It's in between 108 and 107, and it's going to break one way. It does look like it's more, could break to the upside. If you look at the 240, look how sideways that is. It doesn't get much more sideways than that. We need it to break one way or the other. Let's see which way it breaks, and then we'll reevaluate. Let's take a look at the yen futures. See what we see. Yeah, it's just sideways as well. So this is this one's a wait and see. We're waiting for it to either break above 0.009370 or break below 0.0092780. So let's wait for this to break one way, and then we'll make our opinions. Okay, that is the breakdown for April 22nd, Wednesday. Please subscribe to the channel. Go to the link in the description below this video. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day.